This is a guide to show how to play Preservation Evoker on Nexus King Salhadaar. It's one of the only two bosses in the entirety of Maniforge Omega that actually even requires a little bit of prep. The fight's very hard. As a warning, my personal opinion on the matter is if you're a new guild and you just got to Nexus King, there is zero world where you should be 3-healing this boss. You should 4-heal this boss, it'll make it safer, you'll get out of P1 safer, you won't die in the intermission. It is the best thing to do right now. Do not 3-heal this boss if you're a new guild progging it. But, besides the point, if you 3-heal or 4-heal, the way you play Prez on this fight will not change. This is by no means the best pull I had on Salhadaar. This is one of our re-clear pulls. But, the concepts and whatever, those are still sound and I can still utilize it. I don't even have a food buff, I just realized in this, but besides the point, we'll get going. First thing you can see here, you see all my raid frames are all green. Green's how I track my echoes. So the very first thing you want to do on this boss is get out as many echoes as you can pre-pull. Because not only are you stacking temporal compression, which is this 4-stack thing here, but you're getting reversion on target, which is important for one reason, well, multiple reasons, but mainly, you have a talent called Grace Period. And what Grace Period does is it buffs the healing those targets take by 10% flat, on top of them just getting healed by reversion. Which means when you pre-pull, get as many echoes and reversions out on the raid, it just means flat, your raid will just take more healing. So, more healing from you, specifically. So, that's why I do that. Right off the bat, here, I send Burn Embrace onto myself to proc Gall of Ysera. I already have 4 stacks of temporal compression, which is important because of tempo charged. And because I have 4 stacks and call, it means when I consume this Dream Breath, not only is it going to be an empowered Dream Breath, but it's going to give me another Essence Burst proc guaranteed, and it's going to proc Exhilarating Burst, which is going to buff the amount my critical heals do. So you can see already, like, just 3 seconds into the fight, you're kind of thinking of 3 different buffs that you're getting along the way with your ramp. So here I have 1 stack of Essence Burst. I'm casting Dream Breath, level 1. I send it. You can see up here this 9-second buff, that is Exhilarating Burst. So now, not only is all of my healing for the next 9 seconds empowered, and it's going to crit harder, but everyone's got reversion on them. Like, I think literally every single person in the raid, except I think the priest, got reversion. And like the hunter, I guess. But again, you're just maximizing how many you're getting. So, Dream Breath into the stasis with Double Engulf. Double Engulf here, it gives me 2 stacks of Inner Flame, which is the 2-piece of the tier set, which buffs not only the amount like the HOTS are doing, but more importantly, it increases the percentage chance of gaining a Essence Burst proc by 100%. It does not guarantee Essence Burst, it just very, very significantly increases the chance of getting Essence Burst. So here we've done Stasis, Dream Breath, Double Engulf. I'm going to rip a Rewind here, just to make sure nobody dies. Because again, Prez, you don't really run a lot of haste, so the Rewinds keep people stabled, while I can throw a bomb, break the stasis, throw the last bomb. And that keeps the raid topped. Now, what I'm doing here, this is very important. This is a pattern you'll see that becomes very useful in Dimensius as well. So while I'm in this Inner Flame window, I've got 6 seconds left of it, I cast a Temporal Anomaly. That puts Echo out on 5 targets. And then immediately I press Reversion. And I get 2 stacks of Essence Burst. Now because I'm in Inner Flame window, it means when I consume these with Echo, it's going to throw out Essence Bombs. So Echo, Echo, 2 bombs just went out, the entire raid is still topped. So here we're going into the next Conquer here, which is right here. I send this Dream Breath, and here I can utilize Dream Flight. So I can Dream Flight, engulf, entire raid is top, and here I can just start throwing out some echoes. I could here press Temporal Anomaly, press Reversion, get procs, and just keep throwing bombs at the raid. However, we see here on the Bigwigs timer, there's a cast called Banishment coming. The boss is casting it. Banishment is a very, very hard-hitting dot. So you see here, some of my raiders are going to get Banishment. I'm trying to snipe some of them with the TA, but didn't happen. The best way to heal these Banishment targets as a Pres Evoker, and you're actually one of the better healers to heal with this, even though it doesn't seem like it, is you're going to heal them with your reversion. So I'll kind of rewind so you can see it. So here, again, you say they have the purple flame, or the purple raid glow. They take a big hit at the end, and you press reversion, and it's a substantial amount of healing. So we have this talent called Golden Hour, which is 15% of the damage you've taken, reversion will instantly heal that. And Banishment itself is a 8-second dot, which explodes on the tail end of it for 4.5 million. So a good way to kind of keep them from dying and at least do as good, effective, useful healing as possible is to try to get echoes out and try to land some orbs on them so you can get them topped. Again, there's a number of ways I also could have done that. Like, I also could have just utilized the fact that I'm in Inner Flame here, sent reversion. I would have had 2 procs, but I already sniped 2 of them with it anyways. But I don't know. That can also just be kind of like a spur of the moment thinking. Again, I don't think this is my best pull by any means, but people are safe here, and we're going. The next big thing we have going into is this window. So it's a Banishment into the next tank combo. Spirits, I'm not explaining the spirits, just do the spirits. So here, Banishment targets go out. I've got 3 of them covered. And I will rewind this part actually, because this part's important. Rewind and Emerald Communion, they're very powerful cooldowns, but again, there's such a thing as doing useful, effective healing and doing pad healing. If I wanted to pad my brains out here, I could have done so. I could have just pressed reversion and just kept throwing bombs at people. Which, yeah, you can do. It does healing, but it's not useful healing. It's like making an unnecessary burden for your other healers, and it's going to scare people on your team. So for that reason, and it's the same thing, like, I right now, I could be spamming echoes and sending out temporal anomalies for a big life bind ramp, but again, it's not effective healing. So here I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 targets with Banishment. They are at the highest risk of dying of anyone else in the raid right now, because as soon as that Banishment tick goes off, the tank combo starts. So if they're not completely topped, there is a chance they're going to get annihilated. So Emerald Communion, it's a 3-minute cooldown, and I'm using it to heal 4 people. See? So I echo 3 of them. I life bind. I got life bind on 1, 2, 3, and 4. So all 4 targets are life binded now, and I'm keeping them safe. See? And we go into this, like, again, even with the life bind, they're lower than everyone else, but in doing so, I kept them as safe as long as possible. We come into the link. Same thing here, Dream Breath. You can send your engulf there, and now we're just kind of spamming bombs. So temporal anomaly, reversion, bomb. Something you can do here, I kind of have terrible positioning, but this flame breath or fire breath, you can shoot out here into the ether, and it'll give you a proc because you have 4 stacks. And then I could have just used that to, I actually do it here, and that's another bomb I shoot out. So again here, Banishment targets. That's my focus. I get a claw here as well, but I do what I can. Almost die there too, even. Next Banishment targets are in 4 seconds. Again, that's my next priority. Like, again, like, I can be greedy. Like, you can be greedy on Prez, but it's not effective healing. I see here, this guy is getting completely annihilated, so I give him TD. Because at this point, my CDs are healing this. So I get people as topped as possible. These guys have their reversions on them. I TD the Ellie Shaman here because I'm responsible for healing the soak. So this is it's pretty much the exact same as the first stasis we had. So Burn Embrace, I've got 4 stacks. Stasis, Dream Breath, Engulf, Bomb. And then I can Temporal Anomaly, Reversion, Bomb, Fire Breath, Bomb. So I get all these bombs out, and here we're just prepping for this big hit here. I hold this stasis because that's to top the raid here. So again, I'm gonna Burn Embrace myself, pop the stasis, do as much healing to the raid as I can here. Temporal Anomaly, reversion, bomb, bomb, bomb. I can fire breath here if I wanted to. Yeah, I do. One last bomb for the road. And we're finishing P1 at, what, almost 10 million HPS. The thing Prez needs to do here primarily is watch the tanks. This Cosmic Maw debuff that goes on the tank, well, this dragon in general, it's one of the hardest hitting mobs ever made, ever. Like, it does a illegal amount of damage. But the benefit is Prez, we get Golden Hour. So the Brewmaster, he goes to half HP, I press reversion, it insta heals him. See, I can just reversion, he's full HP. So yes, the tank is getting annihilated, but as Prez Evoker, you have the benefit of being able to top people who are taking immense amount of damage like that, especially Brewmasters. For the healing in the intermission, again, few ways to do this. You can get out as many echoes as you want before like the actual King's Hunger starts, and like I could have just Lifebind and Communion these people, which probably would have just been better. But again, here I'm just prepping for the healing that needs to be done, and now I'm just fishing procs. So I can do Temporal Anomaly, Reversion, Bomb, Bomb, Fish procs, Bomb, Bomb, send it. And then at this point, I'm going to hold this, because, again, I can pad, I can do, like, pad healing here if I wanted to, but it's not the best thing to do. The best thing for me to do right now is to make sure that my entire raid will be as full HP as possible right before these claws go out. So I send these claws, I pop my stasis, the entire raid goes to full HP. Then we get yoinked in, and again, like, it doesn't matter, there's no damage at this point. But with what I did, it kept the raid as safe as possible. Right? There's always a way to pad healing, but there is such a thing as useful healing, which is what I did here. Me saving the stasis right here to top the entire raid before this cast, because this is a gigantic hit, right? Like, the rogue here is like 10% health, 10% health, 20% health. Like, this guy's 10% health. Imagine if I don't do that. That's people we lose, right? So it is the best thing to do effective, useful healing. Here I'm just doing damage because this is fake and it just doesn't matter. P3, I will probably just chop the video here. P3, you can just watch a guide on how to like play the phase, because there's really nothing to do in phase 3. Like, the raid will take